Yo, welcome back. It's your boy Cool Rob, cooler than cool, cooler than the most, cooler than the other side of the pillow. Welcome back to another episode of What's on Your Mind, 30 Minutes with Cool Rob. And I'm Cool Rob. Thank you so much for all the love and support out there. It's touching sober, so it's touching beautiful things. Keep it coming. Happy New Year. Don't forget to subscribe to Cool Rob TV. All caps, leave comments, like, dislike. Engage with me, engage with us, because we're always looking for the people to come on the show. I got a haircut, y'all. I look different. It's 2021. We're going to get it in. Let me introduce the panel. Let me start with the beautiful sister, Whittney. Whittney, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Hi, how are you today?
I'm well, and I really appreciate you being here. Let me just tell the people how we got here. Whittney commented on one of my videos in 2019, and I responded, and now we're here. I definitely asked. I said, I would love to work with you. If you want to come on, Whittney said, absolutely. And now we're here, so thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Can you tell us 3 things about Whittney that we don't know about?
Let's see. Gosh, what is I love the men in my community. I love Black men. I love my community hard. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a mom. I work my ASS off to teach my 2 lovely young gentlemen how they should conduct themselves in this world, and I'm a go-getter.
See, already, I just met you. Thank you so much one more time for being here. And the brother Nate. How you doing, brother?
Yes, sir. What it do, big bro Cool Rob?
Yes, sir. Me and Nate, I love this dude, man. Like a brother to me. We talk offline all the time. All we doing is just bringing it to a camera near you. Thank you so much, bro. How you?
Oh, man, I'm good, man. No reason to complain at all.
3 things about the brother Nate, man, that we don't know about.
Oh, man. Brother Nate, brother Cool Rob, brother Nate just a cool back lady dude, man. Love people, love God, and most importantly, I'm always willing to help others. If I have it or just a great conversation, I'm always willing to give it.
He ain't lying when he said it. A couple times I needed to call him, man. Needed to show to lean on. He was there. Thank you so much, man. I'm really excited. I haven't been on in a long time, y'all, so we're going to get this thing started right now. Once again, it's What's on Your Mind, 30 Minutes with Cool Rob. Clock won't start to ask the first question. Let me jump right into it. I got statistics. Here we go. Studies show that 20% of married couples are likely to encounter infidelity. Meanwhile, 70% of unmarried couples may have to deal with cheating in the course of their relationships. Over 90% of Americans consider infidelity immoral. In a world where 30 to 40% of Americans cheat on their partners, 30 to 40%, let me say it again, less than 3% of American adults believe it is not wrong to engage in sexual activity with someone other than their partners. Panel, when you hear those statistics, I ask you what's on your mind. I'm going to start with Whittney.
I'm not too surprised by those statistics. I'm not. I just think that it is. I'm a traditionalist. I'm in that aspect. I believe that if I'm going to be with you, then I'm going to be with you. I don't want nobody else. Nobody else has anything else for me because he got the same thing that you got. Why am I going to do the same thing? That don't make no sense. But I know that there are various people that believe in having multiple partners and sharing love and all of that. And I don't know all of that, so I won't speak into it. But I do know that for me, infidelity comes down to what it does to your mind, your spirit, your body, everything, every aspect of your being. You're gonna have to see the ramifications of who you give your body to later on. And I don't think that people really understand that. So that's how I feel about it.
Good stuff right there. I just had that hit me like after I heard it. It just hit me like that's good stuff right there. Good stuff. Where it started off, Whittney. Brother Nate, when you hear these statistics, what's on your mind, brother?
I definitely can believe it. Definitely was married, and I can just share my own just personal experience about being married and stuff like that. One, you gotta truly know yourself. Before you get married, and have yourself financially stable too as well. And I could put myself out there because of the fact that I want to be able to, one, be able to help someone. So I know about infidelity and what it is, not only what it does to a person, but realize that if you're gonna go out and do it, if you're gonna go out and have infidelity, whether it be the man or the woman, just know that you're not only just hurting yourself, but you hurting the other individual too as well, because of the fact that it does something. And see, I didn't know myself much because I got married once my age wasn't mature enough. Shouldn't have gotten married, you know, and that's just being open and honest. And I didn't really wasn't financially stable too. So, you know, then travel and do the stuff that I really wanted to do. So, you got to look at all aspects and stuff like that before you decide you want to get married. Not saying there's anything wrong with getting married young, once again, but, know yourself and enjoy life before you settle down at the same time.
Good stuff right there, brother Nate. I got to ask this question. How did we get to a world where 30 to 40% of Americans cheat on their partners? What is if that's not over 50, but that's not 5 or 10% either. 30 to 40%. So maybe I'm missing something. How do we get there? Where 30 to 40% cheat on their partners? Whitney.
I think it comes down to the generations that the generation that is an adult, that are adults now. We have to go back to the 1960s. We're the product of these baby boomers, and the baby boomers, they were raised by one man, one woman in the house. Yeah, there was a lot of cheating going on back in the day. Don't get me wrong, there was. Our grandparents can tell us some stories, but however, the thought of it was frowned upon in the community because it was not, the marriage was still a very sacred institution in itself. But when culture changes, when other cultures involve themselves in our cultures, I can go on a rant about that. When people start to smudge the line a little bit, then you get folks that don't really deem it necessary or not really find it, or you'll hear young people say, well, I really don't need a piece of paper to tell me how much I love that person. But at the end of the day, you'll find somebody else that catches your eye, and next thing you know, you're off with them. So I do think that it comes down to what the latest two generations have experienced, who's in the household teaching them what they're seeing, and how they're responding to it, how social media plays a part. There's various reasons why divorce and people and infidelity and people's wandering eyes take a part of it. There's so many aspects of it that play a reason why we're seeing the statistics that we see. It's not surprise to me. I think it's various categories that play into that. So
good stuff right there, Whitney. Nate, how do we get into a world where less than 3% of Americans believe it's okay to go out and have sex, not cheat, have sex with someone other than their partner?
Wow. To be honest, and this is just me, what I personally believe in. And not to get too spiritual with it, people have taken God out of the equation and what it is that a marriage is at the end of the day.
yeah.
And people, the times that we live in now, people don't respect their vows, and so when you don't respect your vows, then hey, yeah, you go out and do anything. You go out and do anything as you please at the end of the day, and that's where we have come to now in the society in which we live in. Then not only that, we have the social media, more social media. Then we have people seeing it in celebrities. So you have all these things that's surrounding us as people and that, hey, this is the okay, this type of behavior is okay to do.
Social media runs the world. We're gonna say that for another episode. All right, let's jump right into it, y'all. I'm excited about this. I got Whitney. I got a beautiful woman's perspective. Me and Nate was talking offline one day about what we talk about, and I'm gonna jump start. I'm gonna let Nate jump on and take it from here. We pretty much was talking about women. We was talking about our lives, what we dealing with right now, and somehow we were just talking about the women in the DMV versus the women down south. Nate.
Yeah, so pretty much what me and Kura was talking about when we had a conversation. We was just talking on the phone and just talking about our personal experience, and we just dealt with a lot of DMV women, which we don't have nothing against. So when anybody this video, we don't want nobody to take no offense because it's nothing like that. But what we have personally experienced is that Southern women seem to more so take care of their, they take care of their man or whatever the case may be. And some of the ladies that's here within the DMV don't seem to be that way. And I guess we're trying to figure out that part. Why is that? Is it due to, they're still being taught that, hey, this is what you should do for your man at the end of the day. So, we've been trying to put the puzzle together or put the pieces together, but we're still trying to figure out that part.
And before I turn it over to Whitney, I agree. After thinking about it and struggling with it, let me just say this. I'm here to say right now that I believe that DMV women is the most beautiful women in the world. I've been all over the world, let me say that. But I believe that I've been places, and none of those women have nothing on our women. The hands down, our women is the most beautiful women in the world. But when that conversation came up about down south women versus the DMV women, man, I was like, yeah, I actually agree with that statement that down south women just seem like they more ready, more able, more willingly, you know what I'm saying, versus the DMV women. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Whitney, now, this is good because you are in the West Coast, right?
I'm in California.
It's a whole nother side, you know what I'm saying? So now it's DMV, West Coast, and down south. So now you take it from here. Now you heard exactly what we got to say. How you feel about that?
Well, I have boatloads of Southern women in my family, so big up to Southern women. I would not have the upbringing that I wouldn't have if it would not for them. A lot of people don't know that a lot of people from the South travel to the West. So a lot of those traditions geographically find themselves over here. West Coast women, we tend to be a little bit more laid back. I was born in Denver, Colorado, but my mother is from Mississippi. My daddy is from Louisiana. But I was raised in San Diego, California, Dago. So, I consider myself to be a California woman or a California girl. I've lived here most of my life. So most California women, we tend to be more laid back. We do have, mix of some of that hard New York style, some of that hard West Coast, East Coast style, and we have some of that hard or some of that very slow, easy Southern style. So I think that it's a beautiful combination. West Coast women, we tend to be a little bit more relaxed when it comes to things. That's because we have room to stretch out. California is just a very nice environment, as you guys know. People know it all over the world, but from what I know, Southern women, my upbringing with Southern women tend to be a little bit more delicate. This is how you do things. This is how you do things.
Yeah.
And then I ran into the East Coast culture when I moved to Virginia when I was very young. They're very go-getter. So I kind of took some of that on because I admired some of that in some of the girls. But then when I got back home to the West Coast, I was able to get settled in myself. So there's a little bit from both cultures over here. And then we have a lot of a mix of our base culture here. I think that it works out that way. I don't know about women from DC, but I think it just works out that way because of the environment, the neighborhoods you grow up in. Kind of to piggyback off the last answer, I think it just depends on who you see in your household. The women in my family are very poised, kind of well-spoken, highly educated. Um, I set myself a little bit differently from the other women in my family. I tend to be a little bit more crass, a little bit more blunt sometimes when it's needed. But as far as taking care of a man, um, I was raised to value him, appreciate him, listen to him. Um, how do you put your feelings over his, and how dare he put his feelings over yours? You guys should be thinking of each other. Um, he is not a plaything. You are not a plaything. His time is valuable. When you are with somebody, you tend to value their time too. So I've been around a lot of men in my life, and I know that they need to be taken care of too, you know? So I think it just depends on the environment that the woman grows up in. I'm not perfect by far. I was one of those girls too, but you know, you grow up. So I think it just depends on the environment. I can't really speak for both, but I know for West Coast girls, we pretty dope. So shameless plug.
I'm going to ask you something. I'm going to let Nate take over, see if he want to ask you something. But real quick,
Mm-hmm.
I never been to West Coast before, nowhere near.
Neither have I.
In my mind, I always had this vision that the West Coast woman, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you there, Whitney,
Mm-hmm.
Sexy, but hardcore, or meaning like they you ain't about to fuck around with no excuse my language from the West Coast woman, like, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's pretty much accurate. Don't get it twisted. We will get in that. I didn't know whether I could cuss or not, but
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it either. You know what I'm saying? So you know,
yeah, no, for a lot of the women. So I'll take me and my friends, because the young lady I was gonna have come and join me, but she's at work right now. She's from Compton. So she grew up in the foster care system. So she's hardcore. But this woman is so gentle. She's so charismatic. And I think that one of the things that kind of scares dudes off when it comes to West Coast women is because they feel like we're hardcore. Don't get it twisted. We'll get in that if we need to. Trust me, we will. But other than that, we take care of our own. Once we consider you family, you in, and that's it. And we gonna ride for you the same way we ride for the people that come out of our bodies. So there's that.
good stuff right there. One last question. How do y'all down in the West Coast view the DMV?
That's a very good question. I think it varies from person to person out here in the West. I think that because so many of us traveled, and not all of us are from here, you know, and we travel abroad. There's so many cultures that sit here on the West Coast, just like on the East Coast, you have like Puerto Ricans and a lot of people from the Caribbean come up and all of that. And over here we get Mexicans, Filipinos, Vietnamese, huge population of Samoan people here. So I think that our thoughts kind of mix up like a salad. I don't feel one way or the other. My experience is different from another person's experience. I've been to DC before and I thought it was magical when I was there, but that's just because I'm a history buff. Yeah. And there was a lot of history around, and the impact, I could feel the impact that my people had on the Capitol. That's what I was feeling. I don't know about anybody else, but when I come there and I experience DC, I experience the impact that our people had on there. So I think it's a cool spot. My experience with it was cool. I didn't really have an issue, but I think it just varies from person to person here in California. We all have our different experiences because we're so mixed up. So,
Nate, you got any questions for Whitney?
Ah, man, no questions, but it sounds like we need to get on over to the West Coast.
After all this stuff, settled down, I gotta take a trip over there. I was making my way over there, and then all this stuff happened. So,
Right.
one day, hopefully, I'll be there. All right, let's move on. As a beautiful black woman, Whitney, I asked you, why do women cheat? You may have asked this question already, but I'm gonna ask you, why do women cheat?
I can't speak for every woman, but the one thing that'll probably get me to think about cheating on you is if you're not doing what you're supposed to do at home. Like, I need to be the same way that I'm going to take care of you and provide you with the security of having peace of mind when you walk through the door. Like, okay, out there, the world is trash and here she's my peace. If I'm not feel like you really supplying that security when you walk through the door, that love when you walk through the door, that understanding that you walk through the door, because you guys gotta understand too, we'll be at home, we'll be dealing with all this domestic stuff, but it's not easy to take care of all of that stuff, plus you, plus me, and then me try to sit over here and look wonderful and all of that great stuff. So I think that one of the things for me is if I do not feel secure in you, because I'm a very secure woman in myself, I'm a type A all the way, like when it comes to that. If I do not feel secure in you, then where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going with this? But it would really push me. It'd really push me to get to that point, because like I said, I was with my ex for X amount of years before I actually said, okay, you know what, call it quits. He's not going to stop doing what it is that he's doing, and that's it. But that's where I would come from.
Hey, I got something for you. Brother Nate, why do men cheat?
Oh man, men. We as men are, we look for that physical part. I mean, we love, if we see something that looks good, of course we on it. So that could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing at the same time. But I think that us as men, and not all men, because some men have self-control, but if you don't, you have to get self-control. But men will go out and cheat because not only have they seen something that looks good, but it could be something that could be going on in the home itself, and maybe his lady not doing something, and maybe he has expressed to her, maybe he hasn't. But it can be various of things, just not happy, and or just want to have his cake and then eat it too on top of it. So that can be another thing.
Whitney.
Yeah.
Have you ever been cheated on before?
Mm-hmm.
How did that make you feel?
Huh?
How did that make you feel?
Oh my gosh, that made me feel that.
Because I'm assuming you thinking
that.
Of that one,
Huh?
I'm assuming you thinking of the one relationship, right?
I'm thinking of a couple, and they made me feel the same way. It made me feel like I was not treasured to him, like I was not worthy of his love. It made me feel like I wasn't attractive, wasn't beautiful, it even had me questioning whether, maybe is it because I'm Black or is it because he likes something else? Like, there's all kinds of things that go through my head personally when that happens. And that's about it. It made me feel all kinds of negative things. And then at the end, it made me feel angry and aggressive. Like I wanted to not lash out at him physically, but it just made me like vengeful. It did make me vengeful. So, infidelity, when you're on the receiving end of infidelity, it makes you feel all types of things. So
Thanks for sharing. Nate, brother Nate, have you ever been cheated on before?
Yeah, but that's been years ago.
You remember how that made you feel?
Being cheated on is never a good feeling, you know. Yeah, it's never a good feeling. It's kind of hard to describe uh when you've been cheated on. You know, it doesn't make you feel good, and I definitely have to agree with Whitney. You know, it definitely makes you question yourself and makes you wonder, was you good enough for that person? And you know,
Yeah.
yeah, but just good enough for that person. You know, what is it that the other person did that you wasn't doing? So, you know, a lot of thoughts and stuff can
Yeah.
come to
like
your
the
mind.
betrayal.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you have been cheated on.
Yeah. It definitely make you feel less of a man. You question yourself. Do you look good? You know what I'm saying? What did he got that you don't have? But
Yeah,
I'm further. You ever been in those situations? I don't know if y'all been in them where it be real. You know how it be sitting there and you thinking about how she having sex with the other person. Is she moaning? Is she liking the sex? I mean, I go above and beyond my thinking.
Yeah, I go places. I go places too. I'll be like, who is that? Who is that? I hope that she ain't doing it right. I'll be going, yeah, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff.
Obviously, something over there, you like it, he got it. I don't. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I thought that would be good. All right, here we go right here though. I kind of set y'all up. Here we go. Nate, have you ever cheated on someone before?
Yeah.
All right, here we go, brother. Can you tell us what took you there to cheat, and how did that make you feel?
How did that make me, or how did that make him feel? Is that what you
I'm
said?
talking to Nate.
Um,
How did that make you feel, and what took you there to cheat, and how did that make you feel?
for me, I would say not. I didn't feel like I was being appreciated. You know, I mean, of course, I mean, I always feel like the man at the end of the day. You know, but because only a man should know that he's a man at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I just didn't feel I didn't feel appreciated. But not only that, let's really get down to the root of it. When you always have to be the one that always have to be the one to kind of initiate it all the time. Men, granted, yeah, men, we're gonna chase our ladies, you know, or whoever it is that we with. But us, man, we want to be chased too. You know, we want to know that, you know, hey, you know, that we're thought of in that way too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I guess if a woman doesn't make a man feel like that he's wanted in that kind of way. Now, granted, I get it. Life happens. You know, we all got bills, we got kids. I get it, but I think that people tend to forget. Hey, despite having kids and just life in general, you got to still do those special things with each other. Whether not just the physical aspect, but you still got to spend that quality time together. You know what I'm saying? If that quality time not being there, then to be honest, you got to really ask yourself, what do you really expect the other person to do?
Yeah, intimacy is really important. I
Yeah.
agree. Intimacy is so important.
We're gonna say that for another day. I got that episode coming up very soon, y'all. All right, here we go, Whitney. Let me keep it real here.
Mm-hmm.
Never cheated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell us why? What took you there? And how did you feel?
Well, honestly, I just wanted to get back at him because he had been doing it for so long. And this is not the marriage that I've just gotten over. I wanted to get back at him because I had just got tired of having random girls coming up to me talking about, oh, your boyfriend's nice. And I know what you mean by that. Like, oh, okay. So I just wanted to get back at him. And I did. And it did not, I felt terrible afterwards because I really loved him and I saw how much it really hurt him. But yeah, like I said, when you're on the receiving end of infidelity, a lot of things filter through your thought processes before you can even really settle on the way that you feel. And in that moment, I felt vengeful. I felt like revenge. I felt like, no, I must crush your heart because you crushed mine. So
Mm.
that's how it happened. I felt like shit afterwards. So
I've cheated before. I've cheated before. I believe in my time, I believe I've been cheated on. I've never been in a situation where I got you. I never went through, because I never been a person where I went through. I'm 37 years old. I never went through one woman's phone day in my life. I just learned from yay high never to do it, because if you do it, you're gonna see something you don't want to see. So I never done that. So I never actually caught the woman in the act, but I believe so. In time
mm-hmm.
off, and you just know. I've cheated before, and I would say the reason that took me there, like you say, just the communication not there no more. The sex experience and excitement is gone. The love is not there no more. Just the little things is not there no more. You know what I mean? I was in a relationship for 6 or 8 years. In the last 2-3 years, we would literally come in the house and don't even speak half the time. I would go on the rug and play the game. She would walk right in the house on the phone, wouldn't say nothing. She would fix dinner and just leave it in the microwave for me. She was sleeping around, sleeping on the couch. So,
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bonus question right here, y'all, before we wrap it up. I heard both of y'all say, well, I know Nate has been married. And I know Whitney, you just said you just got out of marriage, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm down to know, before we wrap this thing up, I'm gonna start with the beautiful sister Whitney. How what you feel? I don't know how to ask the question, but
Access, say that one more time. It kind of cut out.
I know you said that you got out of marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So like, so should I say sorry to hear that?
I'm not. Sorry, I had to come out on that one. I am, you know what? I think that right now I am in a state where I am just finally getting reacquainted with myself. When you are a mom and a wife and all of these things that you try to be for your children and your man, you forget yourself. And I think part of that was I forgot myself, and that's what made him fall in love with me. And I'm not saying that it is my fault for him physically going out there and doing whatever it is that he did. I'm saying I lost a bit of myself in that marriage, and now that I am 2 years free of it, when I think back on where I was in 2018, 2019, it's a huge transformation. I feel great. I feel like I can finally do something. I feel like I can believe in love again. For a long time, I stopped believing in love. I stopped believing in the thought of it for me. I thought I believed it for everybody else, but I did not believe it. So, and I just got to thinking one day, like, why is it that I let this determine how I felt about something that's so powerful? Like, it just wasn't for me. Like, I just didn't associate it with me anymore. It was weird. It was really weird how it happened, but I feel better about it now. So
how long did it take you to get over it? Because like, would you say officially got over it?
Within the last few months, actually. Yeah.
Hey, let me just be real. Nate know I'm in a situation now for dealing with somebody for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I ever gonna get over it. I've moved on, lived my life,
Mm-hmm.
but I've never got over it.
Yeah.
That's for another topic, y'all. All right, Nate, take us home. Let's be married before, brother. How did it make you feel, bro?
Oh man, I at first, I guess you could say good at first, but when you start thinking about, family and really what it is at the end of the day, um, you know, that's the most important part. When you start to get caught up into messing around and stuff like that, you can't focus on that individual that you with. So um I would say just to kind of really encourage anybody, if you out messing around or if you thinking about it, don't do it. Really, I would say sit down and talk to the individual, and if y'all can't work it out, then it's really go y'all separate ways. But don't go out and then do it. And then if you're doing it, stop doing it. Talk to the person that you're with, and hopefully they can forgive you for what you've done and see if y'all can move forward. Not why things and marriages and relationships don't work out is due to lack of communication. So
Yeah.
if you don't have that communication piece, yeah, things gonna fall apart. So I hope that what me and Whitney shared today, just because we're being open and transparent, will really kind of really help people in a sense too at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, and Black women, I know it's tough to believe in them sometimes because they some knuckleheads, but but we got to remember that we are Black women. They came from us, so they're not straying too far from what it is that they already know. So be patient with them. Be patient with our men. And understand that our Black men are in a very how can I put it, very delicate time right now. So we need to cradle them. We need to cradle them. We need to go back to cradling them, telling them that it is okay, that I got your back. I'm here. What you're going through is what I'm going through. Communication, like my brother said, is just the absolute most important part of it, because if you guys are not communicating, then guess what? It's not going to work out. You're not going to find out that he is unhappy with something that you might be doing or saying or whatever it is. And Black women, watch your mouth. We can cut up. Our mouths are foul. Don't emasculate him.
Yeah.
Don't emasculate him. Don't. Especially if you are a mother of boys. I'm a mother of 2 boys. I'm not speaking out of turn when I say this. I'm a mother of 2 boys, and I take their masculinity seriously. I do, because I worry about the type of providers that they're going to be for their wives and their children. So I would hope that by me lifting them up now, that they will not be too shifted when another woman is coming out of them foul. You get what I'm saying? So Black women, please be patient with them. Watch our mouths. Watch your mouths. I know sometimes it's crazy, but watch your mouth, because what you do say does affect him. It affects his spirit.
Yeah.
Look into his eye. Look into his eyes the next time you say something foul to him. Watch how he reacts. You're gonna see the masculine. You're gonna see the testosterone puff up his armor, but his spirit's gonna be hurt. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So.
Like that. I like that. Wow.
I'm about to say, you put me in the zone listening to you right there talking about the Black man, loving the Black man. What do we do the show? Thank you so much, man. Like I said, I will never forget this. Like I said, I've been off almost a month now, a month or 2. Just been out of it, man. Had deaths in the fam, friends, just personal battles with some things going on. But slowly but surely getting back together. The road to recovery is real. But we're gonna end this thing off. Thank you so much. Got any shout outs, Brother Nate? Any shout outs?
Man, just shout out to really God for waking me up every morning. And really to you, my brother, for what it is that you do. I appreciate you, and I love you, man. And anytime you want me on the show just to talk, man, know I'm here. So, just I'm all, like I said, I'm just here to support and be supportive. So,
Thank you so much, man. Right back at you. I love you too, man. And on or offline, we can talk anytime. Beautiful sister Whitney. I'm gonna give you a virtual hug. Like I said, I just met her last week, couple days ago, whatever it is. But now we here. Happy shout outs.
Yeah, just shout out to the Lord for waking me up. Yeah, Yoshua, I love the Lord. I love my family. So I just appreciate everybody listening, taking the time to hear what we have to say. Shout out to all the beautiful Black mothers out there raising amazing children. Keep your eye to the sky. And to all the Black men out there are some of us that love you and support you all the way to the end. We're not going nowhere. Just know that. Other than that, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Really appreciate you.
Hey, Cool Rob.
Hey, bro.
Hey, quickly, can I also just shout out Miss Whitney? Miss Whitney, you have so much empowering within you, and I love how you just how you speak, because and it's good what it is that you're saying to the women, not only that, to the men too, but we as men, we need to hear that from our Black women. We need that. So I just thank you for saying everything that you're saying here tonight, and I'm glad that just being able to see you here on video, may God continue to be with you too as well, and everything and all things that you
I
do.
appreciate that. Thank you very much. That is my life's mission. Like I said, I'm hoping that me and Rob will be able to talk about it later on. But that is literally what my life's work is. It's my nonprofit, and my goal is to get you guys back to where God wants y'all. And if a Black woman has to be the vessel to do that, then that's what I'll do, because I love God. And I know that He made y'all, so therefore I love y'all. So that's what it is. So thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time too.
It's so loving and refreshing. Made me feel so good hearing you speak. Brother Nate coming through. Where can they find you, follow you? Where can they subscribe to you at? Whitney?
Follow my Instagram, _ Whitney is my name. Whitney with 2 T's, WHITTNEY _ and on Facebook, I'm Whitney Nicole. You can follow me there. I don't really have a YouTube channel as of yet, but as soon as one pops up, because it will be, I'll get back at y'all.
I'm subscribe. All right, Brother Nate, where can they find you, follow, and where they can subscribe to you at?
Yeah, Facebook, Nathaniel Freeman Jr., and I believe you can put in that same name on the Instagram, and you can find me that way too as well. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
You are the man, brother, and you know where you can find me at Cool Rob TV, all caps. Cool Rob TV, all caps. And I also have a Twitter page, y'all. Like I said, man, Twitter is no fun when you don't have no followers, but here we go. At Robert M. 988-21483. You can find me on Twitter. Follow me, y'all. And last but not least, last words. I love this part. I love the whole show, but I love this part. It's your outgoing message. Any last words, Brother Nate?
Just last words is let's love on each other, y'all, and be there to show supportive to each other. That's really my encouraging words.
There you go. Sister Whitney, any last words?
I'm just answering the call that God has put on my life, because I feel the shift in our culture. I feel the shift in our community, and I think that it is time for a few brave souls to get up and talk about the hard issues. So if there is a conversation that you want to have it. Now's the time to have it. It's 2021. If you're still here and you made it through 2020, then you're supposed to be about something. So let's be about something, people.
Oh man, that's
wow.
Right there. Yeah, that was powerful right there, man.
Right. Wow.
Hitting me tonight, Whitney. You took the words out of my mouth. I'm just gonna say this to Brother Nate, Sister Whitney, everybody out there that see this. I love you. I love you. I love you. Once again, thank you so much, Whitney. Man, you touched the soul tonight. Brother,
Oh, thank you.
touched the soul, brother. I'm going to see you soon at some point. And Whitney,
Yes, sir.
again, we got to keep doing
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Whitney, my brother Nate, and I'm Cool Rob, and always end off every show. Cool Rob is in the building. Over and out. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Love you. We love you. We see y'all next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.